everyone, and welcome to this BusinessTraining.com video module on word of mouth definition and overview. So first, let's go into a definition of word of mouth. WLM, or word of mouth, is the advertising of a product or brand that takes place between customers. This is promoted through people networks, referring to word of mouth as word of mouse as well, since the internet is really a crucial part of people's networks. There is no outside influence or management from the company or brand here, and this comes from the publicrelationsblogger.com glossary. The word of mouth is a little different than what one might define as advertising. People also refer to word of mouth as word of mouth marketing. It's a way that consumers and potential buyers become aware of your product or services, and word of mouth is also referred to as gossip. Like gossip was in high school, it can have a dramatic effect on your company and can sometimes get out of control, and is sometimes and most of the time out of your control. As with viral content, companies are rarely the source of the content, but they can benefit it. For examples, Mentos benefited greatly from the YouTube's videos showcasing their mints at work with Coca-Cola that were created by consumers outside of the company. And as an example of bad word of mouth where a company didn't do well was by the Walmart's, and this is called astroturfing, where a company pretends to be someone who's creating word of mouth about a company. So there were Walmart employees who created a blog, a fake blog, which comes from the term astroturfing, about their travels and stays in Walmart parking lots, since Walmart allows you to stay there overnight in a trailer or car, whatever. So this is an example of word of mouth not contributing to a company because they faked it. They created that word of mouth. And that's a reason why the definition that I wrote for Public Relations Blogger includes there's no outside influence or management from the company or brand. When it is, and when customers find out that the word of mouth was created falsely, there's even more negative results than if there wasn't any word of mouth in the first place. So when dealing with a word of mouth, you need to be semi-cautious and also just aware of what's going on. But word of mouth is very important because something very negatively said or negatively shared about you can spread like wildfire. As consumers, we constantly create word of mouth for companies that we enjoy, but more often than not, we create word of mouth for companies that we do not enjoy. Consumers are more likely to talk about a bad experience or bad product than one that served its purpose as advertised or one that they were content with. Conversely, when a customer becomes loyal to a brand, they're prone to talk about it more, advertise for, and really advocate for that brand. But negative word of mouth can do some serious damage. Customers trust information more from other customers than from you. So what I say to my peers and to my friends or to my family will have much more power than you running an advertisement in the background. Customers listen to the reviews, quote unquote, of what other customers have to say than what a company will say about their product or services. And they'll really base their decisions on what they are told by friends or people in their social networks online. It can be hard to monitor and even harder to control. You may not be able to control or monitor what is said in coffee shops or over the phone, but you can monitor what is being said about you online. So to follow from that, really leverage the tools available to you online. The internet makes it easier, faster, and more efficient to monitor word of mouth. You can use things like Google searches to search for your brand or your product name, to search for services that maybe you offer. You can also use Google Analytics to see what brings customers to your site. You can also see where they're visiting online. So this can be a great way to show you what content is important to customers. And it can also show you what search terms are bringing customers to your site. So if a customer maybe heard about you from a friend, they may search for your name on Google. And that can be a great way to really monitor where your traffic's coming from. Also, you can use blogs. We'll talk a little bit more about this in just a second, but creating a place for customers to talk with you and about you is a great way to monitor that word of mouth, because customers are going to talk about you regardless of what you do. So creating a place for them to talk is a great way to really hit it head on, to take it on and to really take ownership of that word of mouth. The same thing can be forums. You can create a forum, you can monitor forums, just watch forums, see where people are talking about you, and maybe even help to answer a few questions on word of mouth. And that's another video that you can see, is how to really influence your word of mouth, is to be present on forums, not to advertise yourself, but more to be responsive and be available. And lastly, your social networking sites. Look at who's talking about you where, and this can stem from your Google searches as well, but people will probably be talking about you on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and while some of that content is private, really take a look and see what you can read about yourselves online. You know, creating places where customers can talk with each other, where you can talk to your customers and answers can be found, is a vital part of your PR planning. You can track word of mouth about your company, and you can take it somewhat seriously, you know, if you find it important, and it really is, because to reiterate, customers base their purchasing decisions on what their friends and peers say. If there is a complaint somewhere online that you have access to, try responding. Note that this does take some common sense, and responding must be done only in the right situations. If a consumer begins talking poorly about your company, but are somewhat misinformed or looking for answers, take the initiative to reply to their concerns. But don't advertise yourself in these spaces. Come as a source for answers. They will usually appreciate what you have to say, these complaining customers or negative word of mouth creators, and appreciate that you took the time to listen to them. This simple step of monitoring your online presence can help your company greatly by avoiding negative news, alleviating a potential crisis, and can help to improve your overall company image by being responsible for your actions, products, and potential shortfalls. Word of mouth is a powerful aspect of public relations and marketing, so do not underestimate its effects on your company and products. Encourage positive word of mouth while responding to negative word of mouth. So that sums up our word of mouth definition and overview. Thank you for watching this businesstraining.com video. I hope you've enjoyed it. To learn more about the training and certification programs that we offer, please visit our homepage at businesstraining.com.